What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of GAT Talks. Today we are going to be comparing two very similar rugged smartwatch fitness trackers that comes from China, and these are the DTN1 F6 smartwatch and the GW68 smartwatch. Both are very similar in functionalities, price, looks. The GW68 is definitely a little bigger, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference after you put it on your wrist. Both are very rugged. It has the same feel after you have put on your wrist, and about the same functions as well. So we can get started and see which one has better features and worth for about the same price. We're going to get started with the F6 smartwatch first. Now, this smartwatch is not touchscreen at all. It is waterproof. It comes with the fitness sensor, so you know that it's going to be able to take at least your heart rate reading. It snaps on with a 2-pin charger, so you don't have to bother with the USB cable and the hassle that comes along with the USB cable. This one just snap on and starts charging. Now, it comes with 4 buttons, and in my opinion, that would be probably the most hassling part, because you would have to take some time if you're a beginner on smartwatches to learn the different functions of each button. But basically, the very important functions you can actually browse through with the lower left-hand corner of this watch. And some of the more important functions include the heart rate monitor reading, which is very essential for anyone who does sports and want to keep track of their heartbeat. So let's take a reading right here. Just to get a sense of how accurate each heart rate monitor is on these smartwatches. Let's take it again, since I didn't have it on half the time. I'm gonna have to go back to the medic case, take a reading. It's gonna take a minute, which is very conventional. Getting a 55, something in the 50s here, which sounds a little low to me, at least from what I remember of the charts. I think that should be somewhere in the 60s, which it's fluctuating around right now. It's quite a bit of fluctuations though, which I don't like. So I'm getting about 75 steady. Okay. The other functions that this watch comes with are pretty basic and is expected to be included with most of this fitness tracker smartwatches within its price. It doesn't have a heart rate, a blood pressure monitor though. So that would have been a plus to have, because not a lot of fitness trackers have that at a price of about $30 to $50. The other thing is that this watch is not color screened, so it's something that I would expect something around this time to have already. So pretty black and white, pretty crude watch with 4 buttons. So that is something that would kind of put me off. Just the colors, it's the black and white screen, and you still have to use buttons. But the look of this watch is very nice. It does not look cheap at all, and it feels good on the wrist. So I do like the case itself, but like I said, the functionalities of this watch, that would be the only drawback. Now let's take a look at the GW68. Now this is the GW68. It comes with a variety of colors. This is the white color. and it's got a very protective case as well. Also a 2-pin cable charger, so you're just something that snap on, you don't have to bother with the USB cable. Fitness sensor here. It is waterproof. I think it's IP68, so pretty deep waterproof, and it's got a very protective casing as well. I think it's even more protective than the F6, and this one just feels a lot more rigid. It's got 2 pins as a to actually snap the band on. And something I do like is that it is bigger, so it feels more masculine. I like the details around the case. Makes it feel a little more premium. It's got a protective case, and it doesn't use buttons. It has this one little button right here, but it's kind of a touch. So this watch, you only use this one button to actually browse through the functions of this watch. As you can tell, at least I can feel that it's a lot easier to browse this watch. There's a few watch faces that it comes with. Not that it really varies much. If you want to check it out, you just want to long press on the home face, and you can change the watch face. I think it only comes with 3. So, it's not too much to play around with, but I mean, for something about $30, that's expected. It's a lot easier to go through the functions of this watch. Let's take a heart rate reading right here. So still around the 70s, pretty consistent with the other watch that I was getting in the 70s for beats per minute. Now, there's also your steps, which is pretty standard, calories, distance, sleep. Let's take a blood pressure here. It's gonna take about 30 seconds. So, almost getting one right here. That seems pretty normal to me, at least from what I remember of the chart. When you get your blood pressure reading and you really want to rely on it, you definitely want to cross-reference that with something that you rely on before further trusting the readings from this watch. Also comes with other basic functions, such as a shutter camera. You can read, I think you can get notifications for messages. And that's basically it. I like this watch because it's very easy to navigate through. There aren't 4 buttons you have to play around with and read about. So for something of a similar price, the GW68 wins my vote because of, its bigger look. It's more masculine for me. It's got a more detailed case. It's easier to browse through, and it's got the blood pressure monitor as well. So almost in every aspect, the GW68 will win my vote over the F6. So this will conclude my video of the review of the F6 and GW68. I will have my affiliate link to both watches in the video description below. So if you guys do want to purchase this watch after this video, you guys can use it. And I will earn a commission at no extra cost to you. I will also be doing a video on comparing the GW68 with another smartwatch of its class, but in a different look in the next video. So if you guys don't want to miss out, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys then.